Few entertainment products in history have carried the weight that Grand Theft Auto 6 does. It is not just another video game release. It is a cultural event, a financial juggernaut, and arguably the most anticipated piece of media ever created. That is why even small rumors around GTA 6 feel massive. Recently, one particular claim has ignited debate across the gaming world. The idea that GTA 6 may launch without physical copies on day one. At first glance, this sounds like a delay, but dig a little deeper and it becomes clear that this is not about production problems or missed deadlines. Instead, it appears to be a calculated decision driven by one overriding concern: leaks. Where the rumor comes from and why it matters. The discussion began with reports originating from European physical game distribution sources. Individuals who work directly with retail logistics and physical video game sales. These are not casual commentators or anonymous forum posters. These are people whose jobs depend on knowing when discs are printed, shipped, and delivered to stores. What has given this information real weight is the track record of the same sources. In the past, they accurately reported details about physical releases for major titles, including Oblivion Remastered, as well as unannounced ports and platform launches that later proved to be correct. Gaming outlets such as Insider Gaming have referenced this reliability, which is why the industry is taking the claim seriously. According to these reports, Take-Two Interactive, Rockstar's parent company, is not currently planning to release physical copies of GTA 6 at the same time as the digital version. On digital first, physical later. The core claim is simple but controversial. GTA 6 would debut digitally on consoles, with physical copies arriving later. What remains unclear is how long that delay would be. Some sources suggest the wait could be as short as 3 or 4 weeks, while others believe physical editions may not arrive until early 2027. Despite the uncertainty around timing, one detail remains consistent across all reports. The decision is not being driven by manufacturing issues or supply chain problems. It is about preventing leaks. Why physical copies are the biggest leak risk. To understand why Rockstar might take such an unusual step, it helps to understand how leaks happen. Physical copies of games are finalized weeks before release. Once discs are printed, they must be shipped to warehouses, distributors, and retailers. From that moment on, control is effectively lost. All it takes is one person with early access to capture footage, screenshots, or story details. In the age of social media, that information can spread worldwide in minutes. Algorithms do not care about spoiler warnings, and once something goes viral, it cannot be undone. The industry has seen this happen before. The Last of Us Part 2 suffered massive story leaks that circulated long before launch. Red Dead Redemption 2 also faced early exposure risks. For a narrative-heavy game like GTA 6, even a single leaked story beat could undermine years of anticipation. Digital launches give Rockstar control. A digital-only launch dramatically changes the equation. Without physical discs circulating early, Rockstar retains control over when the game becomes playable. Yet even if files are preloaded, server-side restrictions prevent access until launch time. This approach does not eliminate leaks entirely, but it closes the most dangerous window. There are no discs falling off trucks, no retail workers breaking street dates, and no early installs running offline. Everything happens on Rockstar's terms. For a project of GTA 6's scale, that control is invaluable. Living in the age of spoilers. Avoiding spoilers today is harder than ever. It is no longer enough to mute a few keywords or avoid comment sections. Social feeds surface content aggressively, often without context or warning. A single image, headline, or sentence can reveal major plot details before players even touch the game. Major releases now turn social media into a minefield. Fans find themselves scrolling cautiously, dodging thumbnails and half-hidden captions, hoping not to see something they cannot unsee. For a story-driven experience like GTA 6, that risk is enormous. From this perspective, delaying physical copies starts to look less like an inconvenience and more like a form of damage control. The physical collector's dilemma. While the logic behind a digital-first launch is strong, it creates serious complications for physical collectors. Rockstar is almost guaranteed to release a collector's edition for GTA 6, and it will likely be expensive. That raises an obvious question. What happens to collectors if there is no disc at launch? Several possibilities exist, but none are perfect. Rockstar could include a digital download code in the collector's edition and ship the disc later. They could delay the collector's edition entirely. They could even include a disc that cannot be installed until the digital release goes live. Each option risks frustrating fans who value physical ownership. Collectors are often among the most passionate supporters of a franchise. Managing their expectations without compromising security will be one of Rockstar's biggest challenges. The problem with code in a box. Solutions. One approach that has been floated is the idea of physical cases that contain only a download code. While technically a physical product, this solution strips away much of what makes physical ownership appealing. Midnight launches lose their excitement when the disc inside is just a key to a massive download. Players who line up at stores could end up hours behind those who bought digitally and preloaded the game at home. For a title as momentous as GTA 6, wouldn't that kind of experience would feel anticlimactic? Rather than satisfying both sides, this approach risks pleasing no one. Console bundles. Hint at a digital strategy. Further evidence supporting a digital-first launch comes from reports surrounding PlayStation 5 GTA 6 bundles. According to industry chatter, these bundles may not include a physical disc at launch, offering the game digitally instead. Console bundles are planned well in advance, often months before public announcements. If platform holders are already preparing digital-only bundles, it strongly suggests that Rockstar's distribution strategy is aligned with this approach. This is not an isolated decision. It is part of a coordinated launch plan. Rockstar's history and the stakes involved Rockstar Games has built its reputation on polish, secrecy, and impact. Bayern GTA 6 has already endured one major leak in its development cycle, and the studio is unlikely to allow another if it can be avoided. The financial stakes are enormous, but so is the cultural impact. GTA 6 will dominate headlines, social media, and conversations worldwide. Protecting the first-play experience is not just about sales, it is about legacy. When viewed through that lens, delaying physical copies becomes a defensive move designed to preserve the integrity of the launch. February earnings calls and what might be revealed sources indicate that more information could surface in mid-February, around the time of Take-Two Interactive's earnings call. While these calls rarely reveal specific distribution plans, they sometimes provide subtle hints through language about digital engagement, launch strategies, or future planning. Even if physical editions are not discussed directly, the tone and priorities communicated during the call may reinforce the idea that Rockstar is leaning heavily toward digital control for its launch window. Will fans accept a digital-only launch? The answer depends on what players value most. For some, physical ownership is essential. For others, avoiding spoilers and sharing a clean, unspoiled launch experience matters more. After years of waiting, many fans may decide that a digital-first launch is a reasonable compromise if it means experiencing GTA 6 the way Rockstar intended. without leaks undermining the story before it even begins. It is not ideal, but it may be the least bad option in a world where information spreads instantly and uncontrollably. The bigger shift in gaming. The industry has been moving toward digital distribution for years. While physical media still has a place, it is no longer the backbone of game launches. GTA 6 may simply represent the moment when that shift becomes unavoidable, even for the biggest franchises. If Rockstar delays physical copies, it will not be because it dislikes collectors or wants to upset fans. It will be because protecting the launch experience has become more important than tradition. If GTA 6 really does launch this way, it could change how blockbuster games release forever. And whether you love physical copies or not, the reasons behind it are bigger than most people realize. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more clear gaming analysis, like and subscribe.